Are we done?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I could talk about Manos Hands of Fate for a lot longer, Joey. You gotta stop me ahead of time.
We're done for the night? Okay. Did we level up?
Oh yeah, twice actually.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Well, see you next
One
time.
more step.
Totally gets easier after Vallaki.
Somehow I
multi-class
don't believe you.
Can I multi-class into a third class, Joey?
Do whatever you want. I mean, nothing's stopping you.
I mean, I don't know if you know there's a thing called D&D that you can do anything you want.
Yeah, it's all up to your imagination.
Can I own a house?
But if you can do anything you want unless I say so.
Yeah, that's why we don't do flanking.
Yeah. That's flanking no longer a rule. Or an optional
Gone.
rule. Yeah, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Hey, did you say you can play a house?
Yeah, you can play a Baba
Buy a
Yaga
house.
shack.
But now the problem is that in this setting, that comes with a curse where you become a warehouse.
Warehouse.
I don't know.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm thinking more like womp,
Normal
womp.
view.
Alright, last time on Curse of Strahd, you went into the ethereal realm to find Stella Wagner, whose soul has been trapped by a gallows speaker. There was a ley line below a Wagner house that Lady Fiona Wagner said would be a good place for the energies to converge with the ethereal realm so you can enter it. So you, Victor, Lady Fiona, entered the ethereal realm to rescue Stella. There you do meet Stella, who can finally talk to you, but she's becoming more and more intangible. So you have to hurry that ritual up. But also you meet the ghost of Aramis van Richten, Rudolph van Richten's deceased son, who died years and years ago, and he's been protecting Stella and Arabelle, if you remember, from certain dangers in the ethereal realm. But the ritual caused some attention. A few specters tried to gain entry to the portal, but were quickly frightened away by the gallows speaker, this skeletal-like spirit with multiple arms protruding from his back, tattered clothes, these orbs of light floating above his head. He reveals himself to be Leo Denilsna, a ancestor of Fiona Wagner, who he claimed his sister betrayed him to Strahd years and years ago on the night he became a vampire, that Strahd became a vampire. And since then, he's been basically tortured by Strahd, turned into a vampire spawn, and starved for centuries in a crypt, until eventually he passed away to the other side and swore vengeance on the Wagner family. You were able to hold him off and let Victor complete his ritual, ultimately destroying creature who turns to ash and drops a tome that was embedded in his chest. Take the tome. Stella returns to the mortal plane. It's a very touching reunion between the family, and you gain the respect of Lady Wagner and her family. The tome has the name of Strahd von Zarovich written upon it, but you are unable to unlock it. It seems to be enchanted, and you try for a little bit to open it up with no success. But you all get a long rest after a harrowing battle.
Like I've already taken mine, so should be good.
Make sure I got the date right. Is now Nevar the 9th.
Time for Nervar Fest.
Yeah, Nevar Fest. We keep track of all the dates, the special events.
Yeah, I go on so many dates. It's hard to keep track of them.
I'm actually
Dates
allergic
like
to those.
raisins, right?
I'm allergic to those.
I'm sure there's more days in the
God.
week. They have more dates.
Only.
But you awaken the next morning. Not leveling up, sorry. Boo.
Never gonna level up ever again.
No, never again. You'll fight Strahd level 5. But the tavern has its usual morning guest. Everyone's in a much better mood the past few days, since the old Burgermeister was dethroned. What's on your mind this morning, everyone?
Well,
I'm gonna
well,
return that
Zeke-
stone, or else I can't sleep anymore.
Trying to
that's
figure
right.
out how to open the book.
Vogelsuch is just looking at everybody, thinking to himself, I wonder if that's the one who killed me? No, I saw him yesterday. What about that one? No. Very one-track mind.
Yeah, so you do know that you are able to sleep. It's just if you don't return it within the next couple days, the hag will destroy those dreams.
Mechanically,
never
we
want
lose the long rest.
Yeah, you'll
benefits?
Yeah.
you lose the ability to take long rest. So it's probably a good idea.
And you will no longer
Yeah.
care who killed you.
Ah,
Yeah, after spending some time with that lock, you realize that it'll take take something either it is locked with a arcane lock. You would either need to know the passcode to open it, or use some sort of magical means, or just brute force it.
I'll trust not destroying the book on that means. So, plan for the future. And by that I mean when next level up and I get new spells.
I'll put knock on my list.
I checked, and yes, bards can no knock, so
Yeah.
Which may not be a bad spell.
Maybe we'll run into someone that has that spell.
but what are the chances of that happening? Looks at person who just enters the room.
I'm about to say, who else enters the room but Knocky McKnockerson, Master of Knocks.
Oh, he's got big knockers.
Got big knockers. But
Hey, don't knock it.
you don't see him first because he knocks first. They let him in.
Nice.
Like, oh,
He
Knocky,
loves knock jokes.
Knocky, lock the door, but you just get right in. And that's right. Okay. That didn't happen. That would be immersion break-in.
No. No, of course not.
Of course not.
Gotcha, viewers.
About to upstage Blinksky, and that's not going to happen.
So, once we return the item to the hags, what is our next step? I've been wanting to make a way down to... I forget where it is, Joey, but it's the one I keep getting hints at.
Argynvost told.
Argynvost. To see what this is all about with the other scarecrows.
Check the map just to remind myself how far away that is.
Remember, Barovia
Yeah,
Barovia isn't as like huge as you would think, so it would be like a day's journey, more or less.
We don't have to go through like this swamp of lost souls or anything, right?
Yeah. If you look at the map, this one isn't labeled like the other one is. Argynvost Holt. See that?
And I think
I think it's the big castle to the south near that lake.
yeah,
I think that's Argynvost Holt. And then
I know it's somewhere in the southwest.
and then the ruins I think is Perez, the town that was destroyed. They keep
Right.
mixing up with the other one.
Which is to the left, and apparently, oh wait, I guess that's the one with the green pastures.
So I
I'm
can
sure
just
that's
I can show you the other one, which is labeled a little bit more.
Yeah.
Doop, doop.
And officially hex gridded.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks completely different.
Yeah. So this
I don't think Krezk was even on the other map.
Krezk was to the northeast. It's a walled city.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The green one was the Wizard of Wine, which we also ended up getting hints at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The I think the bartender said he was going to bring that up with us in the morning.
Hey, you guys, job for us.
Doop, doop.
I wonder if I enjoyed wine in a past life.
Erwin goes up to you and goes, everyone enjoys wine in Barovia, even back before the mist.
I cannot imbibe alcohol or any sort of liquid. I do enjoy holding it, though, I will admit.
Still charging you for it though.
Very well.
Um
Put it on my tab.
Dynaco, upon hearing that, kind of gives him a playful little slap on the elbow, saying, if they don't drink it, then we don't have to charge. It's like, oh, you're right, dear. But, yes, we are in need of a favor, and, across the bar, someone calls for her, and she goes, Erwin, dear, if you would, give them the details. Oh, of course, of course. But he goes, okay, well, you might have overheard us that we the shipment has been running late the past few days, and it's usually we wouldn't be too worried, but this is unusual times, and
If I remember right, you've been out of the good stock for a while now because of it.
they go, oh yes, but
Somebody just come in from the cold.
and then his eyes kind of turn to the tavern door.
Oh! That was true. Never mind.
Yeah. And
Vallaki?
Naki, are you back so soon? And Erwin,
Not to be
and everyone kind of turns their head, goes silent, and Erwin goes, this may have to wait. And at the door you see a tall, slender a dusk elf, dressed in leathers. Let's mark him. Get to the right part of the thing.
I think I remember him. Do I?
So he is the same skin tone as the elves that you saw at the Vallaki camp, but this is someone new.
He's got resting Canis face.
Yeah, I was surprised that he basically looks like Canis.
It looks like somebody photoshopped his face and shrunk it 25%.
I think it's the big chin that does that. Maybe.
It's not taking up as much of his face as it should be.
Something a little more spooky. Yeah. Here, let's keep the thing
I can
going.
imagine we're just all saying that out loud as he comes in.
No.
Well, I kept my mouth shut because I'm polite.
I didn't say anything about his weird face.
Oh, this might be good. Okay. Hold on, this is actually in a different chapter. Let me open it up real quick.
We're jumping ahead.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that this could happen at multiple points, but the actual story is in a different chapter.
And it makes sense for open world.
Yeah. So, you see a tall, lithe man of dusky complexion, with long black hair that falls past his neck. A light cloak is draped across his shoulders, its edge rimmed with thick white fur, and gloves of supple black leather cover his hands. A deep blue tunic trimmed with bronze is visible beneath a layer of tough yet flexible leather armor, and a curved saber hangs from a shelf at his belt, with a pair of scimitars strapped on his back above it. His ears taper sharply upwards to elven points, and his dark brown eyes bear a quiet awareness and a casual, almost predatory gaze as they shift slowly across his surroundings. A long, wicked scar cuts across his forehead, and just above where lines have begun to mark his face with age, and his lips, just above where his lines have begun to mark his face with age, and his lips are pulled back into a thin, perpetual frown. And the tavern does go silent. And he kind of looks over the patrons, scanning back and forth, until his eyes catch your gaze. What do you do?
Hey, he looks like he's looking at us.
Hello, sir? Are you interested in saying hello? Is there something on my face?
He begins
Yes,
to
that.
Your glasses.
he begins to step forward. And you notice that as he passes people look uncomfortable, and some grab at their ears.
I'm gonna surreptitiously mutter to Erwin. You know this guy?
That is Rahadin, Chamberlain of Lord Zarovich.
Oh, goody. Explains the atmosphere.
I'm going to cast my false life on myself. I've done it this morning, and I once again roll a 1. Wonderful.
Okay. So as he approaches, eyes fixated on you, it begins with a dull roar, a prickle at the edge of your awareness, like the washing of the ocean against the shore. As the man grows closer, however, the muffled sound grows ever more insistent, amplifying and building upon itself, until it resolves from a mere incontinous sound, almost like waves, into a torrent of screams. Your ears fill with a cacophony of 1,000 voices, pleading, suffering, dying, a psychic onslaught that crashes against your mind from every direction, leaving little room for thought. The man, however, remains unflinching, seemingly undisturbed by the symphony of screams that surround him. And it's almost unbearable as he approaches you.
Make it stop!
Gives you a look. His eyes squint. And as he focuses, the screams don't stop, but they become more muffled, almost like background noises.
Oh, you certainly know how to get the attention of a room.
He just gives a slight nod and goes, "Apologies, it is beyond my control." But he gives a slight bow. "I am Rahadin, Lord Chamberlain, or a High Chamberlain of Lord Strahd von Zarovich, at your service."
And what service do you provide?
He reaches into a pocket on his inside of his attached to his leather armor, and withdraws a letter, an envelope sealed with the marked with the seal of House von Zarovich, which is a raven. Hold on, let's make sure. A raven with its wings spread across a tall shield, wrapped with a banner and bearing the image of a castle at its peak. "I am here to deliver this to you."
Who does he hand it to?
He's just holding it out, outstretched.
Towards us.
Towards you? All of you.
I'll take it.
He does a quick glance at you, Vio. Takes note of the ears. You see, like, the slightest of twinges on his eye, it's like an uncontrollable muscle reflex.
Next, surprise, disdain.
Hard to tell. It's very subtle.
Okay.
Not recognition, but he's seeing another elf. You remember that the elf that you met at the camp.
Yeah, the Dusk Elves.
Yeah, they just don't see many elves. It's impossible for them to see new elves since they can't have any more children because all their females are gone.
And been a while since one showed up.
Yep. That's why I can't find it. Here we go. Yeah, it's a very fancy letter.
Thank you. And does he wait around for me to read it?
Yes, he is standing there, just observing you.
I make a long pause, expecting him to go, but he's just staring. So
take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, since he's not going anywhere, I'll read it. And let's see. To Minerva Makeshift. You spelled her name wrong. Grude.
My apologies. He takes out a pen.
Don't say that aloud.
There's no second I, but thank you.
I is silent.
Magically updated.
Wow. I've heard tell of your recent exploits in my domain and wish to better know those who have arrived in my beloved land of Barovia. As such, I bid you dine at my castle so that we may meet in civilized surroundings. I expect your attendance at dusk on the night of the moon's last night in 5 days' time. So-and-so day. Passage to and from my home will be a safe one, and you shall be honored guests for as long as you remain at Castle Ravenloft. My carriage shall meet you at the crossroads of Ravenloft. Beyond the western gate, I await your arrival. Another dinner invitation.
How nice of him.
Why does everybody here think that I eat food?
I don't think you're invited, Vogelsuch.
My name
It says
is
their name right
there.
Oh,
there.
sorry, yeah, never mind.
Although that is the
I
name
just
I chose for myself.
In this certain case, we usually tell you to sit. Feel free to just stare at them this time.
Very well.
And what is your answer?
We have a choice in the matter.
He goes, of course you have a choice, but I don't think it wise for you to insult Lord von Zarovich's hospitality in this instance.
Well, let me rephrase then. Do we have a choice compared to the alternative?
You are free to do what you wish.
The answer, you know what the answer is.
I think he means that we accept.
That.
Goes wait on an answer and he just freezes up.
Processing.
Did you say yes or no? I didn't hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Vogel
accept.
said he probably means accept, and Vio just points a thumb to him. Yeah, that.
Ditto what that guy said.
Yes, we will be there.
The Lord will be quite pleased. He's been eager for a second meeting. I shall inform him.
Romaia might have to work, but we will see if she can get off and join us.
She's a very industrious woman.
So I hear. You will find the carriage in the spot of your last meeting with Lord von Zarovich. The dusk, 5 days hence. We promise safe passage.
Thank you.
Now, if you
Is there anything else?
You excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. And he gives a bow. Curt bow. Turns and begins to leave.
After he leaves and say, wait a minute. Last time we met him was right outside the encampment that the other Vistani were at. We have to go past his house to get the escort.
No, that's not true.
Okay, I thought we went to their place before we before we passed by his castle.
You... Yeah, so that may not be exactly... There's this one location on the map that's called, like, you know, Strahd's Carriage.
Okay.
But, yeah, he'll give you instructions. Because you're right, that was closer to Barovia.
Chalk it up to multiple choices.
Erwin comes up. Says, dinner with the devil, huh?
Yeah, I wonder who dinner is.
Ugh. Awful, but unfortunately probably true.
He's taken an interest in you. He invited you to the castle.
Yay, us.
Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, to be
Days'
honest.
time.
Well, how would you feel if he invited you to a wine serving?
Well, I wouldn't know how to feel, but you were smart to accept the invitation.
Well-
That remains to be seen.
Means we don't have his ire just yet.
Working on it.
Yeah, knowing us, it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, I guess it's more like that. Not like a conscious thing, but like it's gonna happen.
With how wonderful we are with social groups. So, you were saying about your wine? Let's move on to happier stuff.
Yes, the wine. Well, you see, we haven't had a shipment in several days, and suddenly, you hear a commotion outside in the town square. You hear some cries of anguish.
I'll be back in a minute. Here, could you yes, we'll check on it. Can you just mark down on here where it is, and we'll pick it up in a minute. Just leave him our map, and I'm gonna go outside.
It's like cutting to the chase, but yes, something seems to be happening outside. And other patrons are kind of looking out the looking outside, and like one by one they start going to town square.
Grude goes out to see what's going on.
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, might as well go see the next thing we gotta do. Gosh, I feel like this town would fall apart if we hadn't happened upon here.
Yeah, on the way, we get a sub quest where somebody doesn't know how to tie their shoe.
Teach someone else to read.
So,
I forgot how mouths work, and I'm hungry.
what you see is there was a stage in the middle of the town square where, you know, the festival, made for the festival, where certain things go on. They started to dismantle it, but it's still partially constructed. And there you see Rahadin with a couple of very anxious-looking town guards. And on either side, you see the young man Milojov and the carpenter Hendrik van der Voot. Milojov is just looking at his feet in silence, but Hendrik is looking around nervously.
And what's the Dusk Elf doing?
He's in the center, kind of looking out at the crowd. And you see Milojov's brothers and sisters, like anxiously looking up. You see some trying to get past some guards, trying to help out their brother. And Rahadin goes, "We will have order. The execution will take place shortly." And he
Wait, what?
gestures to the guards.
Yo, like, what? What's happening? Hey,
Somebody is going to be executed.
but like, why, dude? Like, this doesn't. Gosh, come on! And then Grude's gonna start running towards the stage.
Yeah, like Hendrix was like, "Execution! No! No, I didn't do anything wrong. And Milodrov is just being silent.
What's hey, I know we just met. So like, what's going on here? Seems like a lot.
What are the charges?
These two individuals have been found guilty of crimes against Vallaki, and I'm carrying out their sentence.
What crimes are those?
Yes, exactly. What crimes? As you see Burgermeister Fiona Wagner make her way through the crowd, flanked by several guards. If the servants of Castle Ravenloft presume to commandeer my guards without my knowledge or permission, she fumes, I have the right to know why, at least. And Rahadin has this annoyed look on his face. Very well. He pulls out a scroll on his person. Takes a glance at you, Grude. Annoyed glance.
He's like, yeah, hey. Used to it.
Clears his throat. I, Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of Barovia, hereby find Herrick van der Voot of Vallaki guilty of the following charges: conspiracy to commit burglary, conspiracy to commit theft, accessory to theft, and receiving stolen property. Takes another glance at you and Lady Fiona. I further find Milajov of Vallaki guilty of the following charges: trespassing, destruction of property, conspiracy to commit burglary, and burglary. So, conspiracy to commit burglary, and theft. It is therefore ordered that each receive suitable punishment as befitting the circumstance and nature of their crimes, to be determined and carried out by Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft with all reasonable haste. As he puts the scroll back into his pocket, the Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft being me, of course. And I deem a suitable punishment execution.
Do you think that's perhaps a little bit extreme?
Lady Fiona will kind of pull you aside, Grude. Go.
Sorry, that was Minerva.
Minerva. Oh, sorry. Well, Grude was up there, so sorry.
You guys look so much the same in character.
Yeah, Lady Fiona will take you aside, Minerva. You go. I agree with you, but I don't want to get on the ire of von Zarovich. I have to remain out of this. You and Mr. Grude seem very passionate. Perhaps you could speak on their behalf.
Well, yeah, this is dumb. This is just dumb.
Well, Grude, let's try and be more diplomatic about this. Good sir, what situation are you talking about? We have known these people and are unaware of any such damages.
A lot of that was potential damages.
Milajov here stole holy relics from the church. Conspired with Mr. Vandervoot. Trespassed. Destruction of property. Conspiracies. Theft. Do you want me to read the scroll again?
One second. Could I just let me just talk to my friends for a little bit. Hey, do you remember that was his wife or whatever that lady is that made them do all this? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. She had said that she'd do it or else she'd kill him.
How do we, because the call's coming from like inside the house. How do we do this? Because then we have to be like, hey, this was one of your wives? Yeah. Any good ideas?
Yeah. So, you believe that everybody involved in this theft should be persecuted?
Mr. Vanderroot orchestrated the theft. Villajov carried it out.
But do you believe everyone involved should be executed?
The one on trial here is Mr. Vanderroot and young Milajov.
And
What
if
if-
there
what
were
if-
others involved? Yeah.
Kind of looks at you suspiciously. Do you have new information that Lord von Zarovich was unaware of, then?
Looks at others.
Grude's gonna give like a bit of a nod. Like, "Yeah, bro, like it's happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There was another involved. In fact, the ringleader.
Raises an eyebrow.
As in, the one who told them to commit it.
With the threat of personal harm, if not death, if they did not listen to them.
Perhaps even magically compelled them to with dark magics.
A good point.
Indrik goes, he's like, yes, magic, it was magic. She made me, it was magic, I didn't have a choice. And one of the guards kind of pushes his head down. It's like, quiet. And a name?
All right, everybody out of character. Did anybody write it down?
Oh my gosh. Is it? She looked like the magic card, Vampire Olivia.
Look in your, handouts.
I'm looking through my old notes too. Was it D's? It was probably D's.
Yeah, that's who it was. The wife of the Strahd, D's.
Future wife.
Future wife.
Woman named Volenta, one of Strahd's brides.
Valenta Papovsky. Rahadin kind of gives a smirk. Saying, I'm aware of her involvement. But she did not carry out the theft.
No, isn't that what Isn't that what conspiracy is? Conspiracy to commit? Aiding
Yes,
and
if she
abetting?
didn't exist, the theft would have never have happened. She is
This is
instigating.
entrapment.
Trying to think of like what's the equivalent to like the Manson case, but in Strahd world that we can reference.
How Lord von Zarovich disciplines his bride is his business. The fact remains that these two individuals carried out the theft on holy
Wait.
grounds and put the citizens of Vallaki in danger.
So should have they just let her kill them?
Yes, what happens if they listened to the wife of Strahd von Zarovich?
Then it would have saved me a trip.
So
They're
people are not supposed to listen to the wives of Mr. Zarovich?
Lord von Zarovich's consorts don't have any titles here in Barovia. No one answers to them, officially, of course. The choice was
Yet they seem to have
100%
preferential treatment.
there.
Even when mind control was used.
Do you have proof of this claim?
Well, mostly being a witness.
You were there when Madame Papovsky brainwashed Mr. Vandervoot.
No, we showed up afterwards when she was threatening to kill him.
I see. What you're saying is that they were under duress,
Oh, very
Under-
much.
acted
At the least.
out of character.
Yes, this would have never happened if she had never illegally entered the town.
His eyebrows raise. Go on.
Well, she's, as being someone with, accentuated canines, we'll say. The town deters people like her from coming inside. And so part of the brainwashing is she had tricked Mr. Hendrickson to bring her in against the law.
Shall I add smuggling to the list then?
Are you suggesting that the Lady Valenta is mere chattel to be smuggled?
So if you remember, it was a while ago, if you don't
Yep.
recall, she entered the town on her own.
Oh, I thought like she had found him outside and tricked him to.
He helped
pull them
smuggle
inside.
some vampire spawn into his
Okay.
his thing. So
Other way around.
so when
Gotcha.
the wards went down, they were already in the town.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I knew that they were in there, but I thought that she initially also came in. Like they all came in together, smuggled.
She, however, did enter the town without going through the checkpoint, though.
Probably, yeah.
Contaminated the
that's
place with
illegal.
silver. Did not check her belongings. What is one to do if it seems that they are immune to all laws, but they must be a ruler of some sort?
As I stated, Lord von Zarovich will deal whatever punishment he deems necessary for one of his brides.
But you are in charge of the punishment for these two?
I speak on Lord Zarovich's behalf.
But you're the one who chose the execution. You could have chosen anything.
His eyes narrow. I serve Lord von Zarovich. But know
You... Go ahead.
that Lord von Zarovich has compassion. Who can blame a man for acting against his nature under the threat of death? And young Milojov was but a child with a very, very large family to tend to. Perhaps death is too lenient, or is too extreme.
Oh, you should have kept that cannon, Joey.
Yeah,
Send him to Detroit.
you can tell he's making a show of it a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Send him to California. No.
So I want everyone who's trying to convince them, which is basically everyone.
Even Vogelsuch.
Yeah. I stayed back for most of it.
First, I shall decide Hendrik van der Voot's sentence. I want everyone to give me a persuasion check.
Let me grab my token first. Oh,
That's
goodness.
only for initiative.
20.
Everyone tell me what you got.
7.
Grude's 16.
7. I'm sorry, it's 27.
13 for Minerva.
Oh, is this in total?
Yeah, what about Grude?
Grude is 16.
16. Yeah, it's a group
I
check.
feel my 7 is appropriate for my level of involvement, so it kind of worked out well.
Oh, you've got the voice for it so well.
He ponders for a moment. And what about young Millijon? Give me another
As you
persuasion
said.
check.
He is but a child. God, it's 10.
10.
Oh,
Not 20, Grude.
Yeah, that's
But I have a -1, so it's 19.
Like, I
are
think
you just
should
giving
be
puppy
let
eyes? Like, what are you
go.
doing?
I think you should be let go, dude. And
Dude.
it's an argument. That's why you get the -1, because you end it with
Jesus
feud.
there with puppy eyes.
So for Minerva, for some reason, I rolled twice, so just the 13.
13.
Aw.
Got
No,
10.
that's
was
your-
10.
That's your you. The 13 was the last one you rolled. The 24 was the second one you rolled. So
that
the
the
first
last
one
one
was
that
for
rolled?
Yeah,
Hendrik.
yeah, this one was a 24 for you.
24.
Yeah, 13 was Hendrik, 24 for
It was a 24.
Yeah.
So 10,
I just don't expect.
10, 19, 24, and
18.
18.
At least one of them's probably live.
Yeah, but alive in what form?
Doing math. Ponder for another moment.
Pondering because of math.
Yeah, he's doing the math in his head.
1, 2, 3.
Counts on his fingers. No executions. But punishment is in order. They must be made example of. He snaps his fingers, points to a guard. He goes, flogging, I believe. Mr. Vandervoot.
May I suggest an alternative?
He goes, yes.
As the crime is theft, perhaps they should make it up to the one that they stole from.
That should be getting off a little too easy. Manual labor must be made an example of.
But that would be the decision of who they stole from. And
That is the
if they-
decision of me, Lord Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft. Hi, Chamberlain. He's getting above his. He's trying to aim upward.
Prince Chamberlain. I'm sorry. Hi, Chamberlain.
Chamberlain!
Hendrik, though, has this look in his eyes like he knows he's about to get a beating.
I think we've done what we could, Theo. Laws are laws.
Yes, I'm sure the person who had their wares stolen will be very happy to hear about this.
I'm gonna take a little roll. Is high stupid or low stupid?
For low is stupid.
Okay. I don't do anything then.
All that means is that if you ask that question, that means you know what you wanted to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was a stupid idea.
Yeah, I had some stupid ideas too, but I'm not acting on them. And what of young Milavage?
He committed the crime itself. He must be marked as such.
Scarlet Letter.
He pulls out reaches to his cloak, pulls out an iron with the Ravencrest brand on the end.
He just has that?
Yeah.
Probably cast heat metal on it.
Yeah, he starts casting heat metal.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot, I'm of course thinking of an iron for doing shirts with the emblem on it.
I may have also thought of that when you said that, but
It's gonna make a burn on the back of his shirt.
No, not a cattle brand. Not that wouldn't be the obvious answer.
People are looking uncomfortable, though. Especially Mildra's family. They're openly weeping.
like,
Yes.
we
If
took a
there's
pretty good.
no further, there's nothing further. I shall continue with continue with the sentencing. He snaps his finger, points downward, goes on your knees, head down, points to Milojov. He has a look in his eye, a very nervous look, but he does so. Rahadin takes the iron, takes off a glove, puts his hand against it. The iron begins to heat up. One of the guards, like before the sentence comes out, takes the hilt of a knife, like the wooden handle, puts it between his teeth. And he goes, "It'll be over soon. We're sorry about this." And he kind of bears for the pain as Rahadin puts the brand on the back on the base of his neck for several seconds. You see Milojov like grunt in pain. Eyes begin watering. And after a moment, he pulls up the brand. And he's carried away down to the town squares, where his family kind of grabs his shoulders. Say, "Put some ice on that right away. We have to." Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I don't think people have that access to ice.
Ice, probably not. Some water, yeah.
You actually want cool water, and when you have a burn,
Yeah.
it's too big of a shock to use ice. That's Grude, the health person.
Natural homeopathics, holistic healing.
Yep. This has been a life lesson from Professor Grude.
If you put ice in a bottle of water and shake up the bottle, the water does get colder.
Rahadin snaps his finger again, points to a guard, and he goes, "The whip, please." He points to Hendrik. He goes, "Remove his shirt." And they tear open his shirt, so his back is bare. And the guard has the whip, but he looks super hesitant about it. He goes, "If you don't perform it, I will. And I believe you'll have a little more mercy."
That dude's got high strength rolls. That's what he looks like.
Honestly, that's kind of nice of him.
And it's, the awkward, very uncomfortable silence as he's given a number of lashings across the back, followed by a scream of pain. And by the last few, it's, at first it was like a sharp cry, but by the end, he barely let out a whimper. But after about 7 or so lashes, Rahadin raises his hand as if to stop. He goes, "That's enough. Be thankful for my leniency today." And he's carried off the stage. And he steps down himself. Fiona kind of steps forward and goes to Hendrik and Milojov, saying, Don't worry, we'll take care of you. Rahad then makes his way through the crowds. People kind of step away in horror and fear. The cacophony of the screams unsettling them as they walk past. And the crowd kind of dissipates a little bit, left a little space, and Rahadin bows his head, says a few words, and a puff of smoke erupts around him, and suddenly he is atop a skeletal steed, which was summoned from the ethereal plane.
Oh, he's one of the new paladins.
Yeah. People are gasping and, little cries. And he looks at all of you and goes, I look forward to our next visit. Master, Lord von Zarovich will be most pleased you accepted his invitation.
We will tell him of your leniency and how impressed we were. I'm sure he'll love to hear it.
Nothing like the compassion of Lord Zarovich.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. He rides out of town.
Before he gets fully out of earshot,
Yeah.
he's going to hear the sound of a violin as I end up using healing word on Hendrik to heal up those to heal up the lashings.
Okay. It's like, thank you so much. Hendrik is in tears, though. Milojoff is trying to put on a brave face for his little brothers and sisters. And they're carried off to a Wagner house to get some proper attention. Fiona gives you a look that's like partly of shame and also apology. But she doesn't say anything.
My question, how did he learn about it?
Well, his wife may have told him, or there's a chance that all the little critters around here are looking at everything we do and filling him in, remember? There's nowhere that he can't see.
Well, I doubt the wife mentioned it because she failed. I doubt she would gloat about being kicked out of town.
Darling, you'll never guess what the villagers did to me. It was unfair.
It was going to be a wonderful present, but the villagers ruined it.
It's just Veruca's salt.
Yeah, pretty much. Who knows? There's also the possibility that he ended up suggesting it to her in the first place. Yeah, it could be his spies. It doesn't seem like worth the effort for him to do that. Like, except for the fact that they got returned, and maybe he didn't like that.
The crowd is...
I believe.
The crowd is thinning as people are just attempting to get back to their morning
Show's
activities. Yeah, this is
Anyway,
this is definitely a little extreme even for them.
Yeah. I believe we have a Wizard of Wine to check on. I believe our business is done here for the next few days.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get out of town. And once we check on there, we can go to where you asked about. They seem to be about the same direction.
Erwin does gesture for you. He has he looks like everyone else, a little pale, a little unsure how to handle the situation. He goes, I can give you the details.
Hopefully this time without interruptions.
Oh, yes, unless one of my kids needs something, or the old ball and chain, you know. But there's someone I want you to meet.
Lead the way.
Yeah, meet you in the back. Talk privately in the back. See Jester still behind the bar to the kitchen.
Had to follow him.
Yep.
I'll stay away from the ovens and stovetops and fires and whatnot. Being made of straw.
Don't let that hold you back, dude. You gotta be real with it, you know?
I am flammable, Grude.
Grude, you always use the most vague but inspiring sentences.
Flammable or inflammable? It's like, it's mean the same thing.
The same?
And flammable means flammable? But as he's making way to the back, he goes, well, I mean, for the third time the charm, I guess. As you know, the Wizard of Wine provides wine to the people of Barovia. The Purple Grape Mash number 3 and the Red Dragon Crush. Better days we did have champagne, de la Stomp, but that was years ago. But the last shipment is late. And normally it wouldn't be too much out of the ordinary, but it's several days late, and the roads are dangerous now that the devil has awoken. We have some stores, but it only lasts us a few more days, and people without their wine could become unruly.
I could not imagine an entire town going through a withdrawal at the same time.
So if you'd be so kind, if you could make your way to the Wizard of Wine near the town of Krezek, not too far from there. Meet with the patriarch of the family, Davian. Who is my father.
That seems a lot more serious.
Yeah, it's a thing. I would go myself, but well, I have my family, my responsibilities, and frankly, no longer welcome there. And that's not an invitation for you to be asking about my backstory.
On an aside, though, if we repair this situation, would that benefit you in any way? Because we tend to go a little bit extra sometimes.
Well, if you succeed, I will still have a bar to operate, so that'll be nice. Can't serve water all day.
He's all, please don't go into my dark and mysterious backstory.
Yeah.
He turns head ominous.
Should we not tell your father that we're from you? Will that make him want to kick us away?
Says, I don't think so, but he is a stubborn old bird. So getting across to him that you're there to help him might be a little bit of an issue, but things might be in a bad way there. But he kind of gestures to the door of the kitchen. He goes in, you won't be going alone. I have associate that will be joining you.
Who might that be?
You will?
He nods.
Who is the associate?
Naki?
You just give me 1 second.
Oh, sure. You need a little break, or?
No, I'm showing you Naki. I just drew him.
Oh no.
You don't have like yeah. You can...
I'm seeing it being made, and part of me is like, there's no reason for most of it.
It's very accurate Naki.
That describes most of Sam's work.
Yeah.
Or
Here comes
I've seen her goblin work.
the pantsless goblin.
I forgot to do a handout of this person, but you can see it pretty well in the token.
Yeah.
A young woman. Oh, let's look at it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Knocky timbers.
He's got really Naki hands too.
Oh, is that Naki?
That's Naki. I just did that.
Because he's big knockers.
And his hands are big from knocking so
I
much.
use it for knocking.
And now that we've brought it up, it now has to enter. It now has to go into the video.
Yeah. Always knocking when I come a knocking.
Don't knock it till you try it. That's Naki's.
That's my motto.
I like how he's got basically like Santa elf outfit.
I didn't know. I was like,
Yeah, when
I
they don't have
know.
a chimney, Santa needs somebody to knock on the front door. They're gonna call me Knocky McKnockers.
You gotta invite him in, so that's why he needs a knocking.
Wait, if that's an elf and that's 6 foot tall, that's just a really wide.
So knocking does to you.
Gosh, I hate doors. They're so small.
Have to walk in sideways like a Wario.
That's the curse of being a knocker.
It's a gift. It's a curse.
You can't fit through doors. Always knocking, never entering.
One day they invent doorbells and Knocky's out of a job.
You'd be really good at delivering packages, though. Always knocking, never entering. Just a delivery messenger courier.
Grassroots organizer.
That's not who you see.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's this blue person?
So, a young woman leans against the stove, her arms crossed. She is short and has dusky skin, with jet black hair and dark eyes. A mud-stained cloak hangs across her shoulders, and a small dark feather hangs on a leather cord around her neck between two carved wooden beads. A wooden crossbow hangs from a mount on her back, and a short sword rests stealthed at her hip. Her right hand lifts up to her head, fingers idly twirling a bright blue streak that runs through her hair. She flashes you a grin and holds out the other hand in greeting, her fingers twitching with restless energy.
Good evening.
Good
Morning.
evening to you. Says, name's Morel Vineshaw, and I'm gonna be joining you.
What is your trade?
She goes, oh, I work at the vineyard. Friend of the family.
Is that all? Are you handy on the road?
Oh, I can hold my own. She, takes out her sword, begins, doing some, just flourishing a little bit, showing off, you know?
Slices the tavern ham. On
Yeah.
The
She shakes a wolf steak, throws it in the air, and cuts it in half. Lands on 2 plates.
Now that is impressive.
Oh, you know it.
And you know the way to the vineyard, then?
It's like, of course I do. Wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Make it easier. Make it harder for us to get lost. So.
I'll show you the way. If you don't mind a little company, that is.
The more the merrier. We used to have 5, but one stays here all the time. Makes money.
It's like, oh yeah, we've met. Don't worry.
I imagine every time we come back, Romaia's in like a slightly nicer room.
Yeah.
She just keeps getting upgrades like Vegas High Roller.
They're building an extension to the top floor.
Eventually, we're going to come in, and there's going to be a building next to the a tavern, and it's going to look like that Beetlejuice brothel.
She does go, it's like, you guys probably need some help. I don't know if you all look like the adventuring type.
We're not.
I have a large scythe I use to attack things on the road that attack me. Is that not an adventuring type?
I'm just messing with you. You guys look like badasses.
I have no ass.
Well, that is true, but I've never been called that before, but I think I like it. Wait till you see this, and then the cannon comes out.
It's a,
Quite proud of this.
it's a Barovian term. Ancient Barovian. You're smart.
Oh, she's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm instantly trying to impress her with my cannon. Yeah, I hope you think this is also badass. And then show off my my cannon as it like kind of like that, because it's like a centipede type thing where like
Yeah.
flicks around.
That is the freakiest thing I've ever seen, not gonna lie. But
Oh,
it's...
I think that.
Was it do?
Well, it shoots fire or force energy or protects people.
Keep it away from the grapes. Huh.
Oh, absolutely.
In the storage barrels, they're very flammable.
Inflammable, I see.
No, it's flammable.
Ah, yes.
If it was
As opposed to non-flammable.
Yeah. Yeah, right, inflammable.
What? No. Anyways.
They start kissing and making out.
Lead the way.
I'm like, oh no, I made it awkward. Now she thinks I'm an idiot. Although Minerva probably doesn't actually have a crush. It'd be like a girl crush if anything. I'm like, ooh, this person seems to know what they're doing. That's nice to be around sometimes.
I want to sit at her lunch table.
Yes.
Well, the cool kids are. But Erwin does go, yes, Marielle will escort you, show you the way so you don't get lost. And I heard you want to make a trip to Argynvost it is nearby, but, I do ask for you to check out the vineyard first. I am worried about my family.
We shall. On the way.
We may need the wine later anyway, so... Yeah. Vineyard goes first.
Oh, you'll be forever in my... You'll forever have my gratitude. For even saying yes.
Does that gratitude come with a discount?
She goes, if you can get shipment of wine back, you need a room, you got it.
I thought we already had one, but... Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if he already gave you free board for something. I couldn't remember.
If not, Romaia's paying for them.
But Marielle does she's her sword and goes, it's like, well, daylight is burning, but if you need to get prepared, I'll be waiting at the gates.
Does the party need anything? And like asking the party.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you may not be back in town for a while, but you have any unfinished business. I want to say your tearful goodbyes.
Our quest log's empty.
Well, we could say goodbye to Arena.
Speaking of arena, as you exit to the tavern, you do see Irina sitting alone at one of the tables. A small glass of wine at this time in the morning. But like she's not drinking it, she's just kind of just like she's doing a Vogelsuch, she's just holding it.
Trendsetter.
So I
But,
said it again. She's just holding it. I got you.
Yeah. But she sees you exit from the back. Kind of a little surprised that, that's where you exit from. And she kind of gestures you over. Gives a little look to the new person that you exited with, but Muriel does go, well, speaking of goodbyes, I'll give you some privacy. You know where to find me.
Yeah, we'll meet you at the town gate.
It's like, you got it.
What's up, Irina?
Irina, invites you to sit down. Should I, get wine for all of you? I know it's morning, but, I just needed something to get the edge off a little.
No, in fact, we're off to get wine. Is this about what happened in Town Square?
That was quite disturbing. I'm very thankful that you managed to convince that awful man not to kill them. But brutality and violence in front of everyone. I think in some twisted way he thought he was showing them a mercy. I guess it was if the alternative is death, and she finally takes a sip of wine.
There was no mercy
Vogelsuch
there.
just thousand-eye stares right at her.
Oh, I'll never get used to
That's
that.
everyone.
I would never get used to that. Vogelsuch.
It's okay. Things aren't so bad. I never have to eat. I haven't pooped since I came back. Oh, pleasant.
TMI, too much.
Yeah. Okay, not something I wondered, but now I can't get it out of my head.
They should be fine. There may be a few marks or something, but they should be better soon.
Scars heal. It just
I
shows.
think he was just here to show people who's in charge.
That's what I believe too. He's been absent. Strahd's been absent for far too long. I'm sure he thinks that and wants to show of strength.
Oh, and of food. Speaking of, you'll get a kick out of this. Slides are over the letter.
She sees the seal, the broken seal, and kind of tentatively starts to grab
Don't
at it,
worry.
hesitates, and go, What should I be prepared
Don't
for?
worry. Your name is not in it.
My name? I don't want to read it. Just tell me.
We're invited to dinner.
At the castle.
I'm guessing not at Wagner House again.
I wish. A bigger building.
Yeah, the castle on the cliff.
I'm not surprised. Well, I guess this is when I should tell you that I won't be going because if you have me... She takes another sip of wine. I wish to come with you on your travels.
Are you...
What?
Are you? I thought you came here to be safe.
I came here for my brother's sake. But how safe is this place, really? If it wasn't for you, then there would have been a slaughter at the festival. I would have been dead, and so would have so many of these innocent people.
And there wasn't. So you're safe.
I'm very thankful of that. But I just can't sit by and do nothing. I feel like I'm destined for more. I know my brother was just trying to keep me safe, but Father Lucian is very, very kind, and he's so sweet. And the town people, and my people have a home here, possibly, but they still don't trust me. I feel like I can make a difference, like you made a difference. You've been here for a matter of days, and you've already done so much, not just for me, but for the people of this town. They literally owe you their lives, whether they know it or not. And here I am doing nothing.
Truth be told, I kind of wish I could be too. Stuff just keeps falling in our laps.
I must know. I keep thinking of Madame Ava, the prophecy. Going over and over the words in my mind. I think I believe it. I think you and me are... He lowers a voice. Destined to confront Strahd.
Well, I mean, it's just dinner.
We don't...
Not to invalidate that feeling. I think Vio's just trying to lower the tension here because a lot's happening very fast. I want to make sure that you are safe and in a good spot. Do you feel you would be safer with us than in the town? I will say we did get our butts, actually our badasses. I just learned this term. We got our badasses handed to us by a group of hags, sort of. So we're not totally impervious.
You were still successful. Not many people can face a hag coven and live to tell about it.
Do you feel you could have faced a hag coven?
I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things that I didn't think I was capable of since I met you.
Like I'd never had wine before 9 a.m. Now I've had 3 glasses.
But I'm liking it.
New me.
And you tell that she is dressed in her breastplate and rapier, like she's ready for adventure.
Cannot force you to stay here, and we have fulfilled our request of bringing you here. We were not told to keep you here.
I ever see my brother again, it'll be my responsibility, not yours. And as for my safety, whenever we've encountered trouble on the road, they avoided me.
Well, maybe that can be useful. So before you fully decide, just know what our plans are. We've got something to drop off with those hags again. Then we're going to go and check the vineyard for what you're drinking. And then we're going to see if anybody at Argenvost knows about Vogel.
Argenvost hold.
Yeah, I shortened it.
Say the whole name.
Argy Place.
There was something else I think you wanted to do, since you obtained a spirit mirror.
was going to see if what was the name? It starts with an R, I think.
Rickton?
Yeah, Van Richten. See if Van Richten wouldn't mind taking a look at this, but I think he'd like it.
Amir?
But I'm not entirely sure where he is.
He told you that he was in the woods near the Vistani camp.
Right, but
Yeah.
bit vague.
Bit vague, on purpose.
Well, I guess we can check. No major rush on it.
It's on the way. It's like pretty nearby town.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a yes then? Do I join the party, as it were?
You may accompany us? Yes.
I don't see why not.
More the merrier.
But she
As long as you're sure.
she takes another drink of wine. But I do need an answer. If you oppose Strahd.
Probably not in a public room.
Well, he means like, do you plan to oppose Strahd?
Oh.
Because I don't think I could keep on living a normal life. He's still around. And I refuse to speak in her hand gestures to her neck. And he goes, I refuse to let him have me.
Well, I'm not saying anything in the earshot of anybody specific for a yes or no, but it's there seems to be an inevitability about things going on, and because of that stupid destiny that was prophesized, probably.
Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
But no, we have no intention of handing you over to him. You may want to skip out on dinner. So.
Oh, yes, I do not plan on stepping foot on that castle unless it's to put a sword through his neck, into his heart.
May have had a few too many of those, by the way.
Do you think? Oh, it's really good. We only had a purple grape mash in Barovia. I like this Red Dragon Crush.
Yeah,
If you
you-
stay here, then you can have all the wine you want. On the road, we won't have much.
makes you a bit chatty.
But
Make sure you can stand, and let's head off.
please, I'm a Barovian. A few glasses of wine isn't going to affect me. Those Barovians are practically weaned off stuff. On the stuff.
It said while laying on the floor.
Oh, a little tipsy, a little wobbly. Oh.
Alright, I guess the plan is we meet up with our other person, and then decide to remind or to mention to her that oh yeah, we've got a stop we have to make first.
As we need to drop off the hag thing. And then we need to see the mirror, and then we gotta do the wine, and then we get down to see where I was born.
Oh, what to do, what to do.
It's called a quest chain.
You can take that spell slot back for that RP heal, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to be honest.
Yeah. But Muriel meets you at the gates, and one of her eyebrows raise and goes, "Oh, do we have we have a tag along?
Nope. A friend of ours. Irina, this is Muriel. Muriel, Irina.
Yeah, she goes, she holds out a hand. Irina Koana. And, Muriel very over-exaggerant, shakes the hand and goes, "Ooh, daughter of the Burgermeister. Pleased to meet you." So professional. She has a little smirk. And yes, I'm tagging along, as you could say. Well, more the merrier.
Now, something we forgot to mention. We need to go east for something real quick. It should only take only take a few hours. Don't worry. And then we can head straight for the vineyard.
What's out east?
A couple hags.
I suggest not dealing with those
made
hags.
A deal with.
You made a deal with hags.
We already made a deal with them. We need to upkeep our part of the bargain.
We're just dropping something off. No fights. Don't worry.
You made a deal with a hag. Wow, you guys are badass. Made a deal, live to tell about it. Going back?
After we want to fight.
Wow, you're gonna tell me all about it.
Well, I think it's more you had to be there because it was a lot of talking and distraction while our good friend was snooping around with all of his stealth ability.
Yeah, I did a real good job. I flew for a bit. Kind of cool.
So you do make a pit stop to the windmill. But yeah, you can continue your conversation.
Yeah. We'll just do a little summarization of the story thing. I point out how cool it was that Grude managed to actually sneak into a hag's inner circle and steal from them without even noticing, and just point out how cool Grude is. And on the way to the place.
It's like, wow, I wish I could have been there. Actually, don't. I don't want to fight hags.
Good idea. They were very annoying.
But as you approach the hill, as you take your first steps onto the grass, there is an orchestra of frog croaks, almost like an alarm system. And you see the two hag daughters being overseen by Morganatha in their humanoid forms, kind of sweeping up the mess that you made. But as the frogs go off, they kind of turn towards you, and one of them drops the broom and runs into the house.
I'll hold up the stones and got your thing back.
She yells down the hill. I trust it was useful. You didn't scratch it, did you? You didn't scratch it, did you?
You didn't spill anything on it, did you?
We haven't damaged the resale value.
So we doing this in person? Face to face?
Do we have to?
We're already here.
I'd rather not look at you. She
Feel free to cover your eyes.
She'll actually you see her murmuring a few words, and a crow flies up from the top of the windmill with a small glass vial with your swirling in the lights of your dreams.
I'll try to take it and hold the what was it, a heartstone or something?
Heartstone, yeah.
And hold it out for the crow.
Yeah, the crow grabs it with his feet. It's pretty heavy. Has some difficulty. Flies back. Simply uncork it. You'll be fine now. Never talk to us again.
With pleasure.
But if you're ever in the need for some pastries, dearie, we have a few left over.
We're out.
We're all diabetic. We can't have the sugar. Bye.
I'm gonna step out of their area of influence before I uncork it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, as you open it up, the little wisp of dreams find their original owner and goes right up the nose.
Yeah. That was unpleasant.
He starts sneezing uncontrollably for a minute.
They sneeze rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah. Every time you sneeze, you forget. You forget the dream you had last night. No, each time you sneeze, you remember a dream that you had in the past few weeks.
Chew. Oh no, my teeth were falling out in that one. Ah.
Wait, I have teeth. Muriel goes, I was expecting more. He just kind of yelled up a hill.
Like I said, just delivering something.
We did the legwork before you joined us.
Nah,
Yeah, we almost died. It was not great.
She goes, nah, I prefer to wing it.
Now, if you want to face them, feel free. They're right up there.
Tempting, but no. Little detours cost us a few hours.
Yeah, we're busy. Yeah, that's why.
Oh, I'm very busy. I got a lot of irons in the fire.
How do you manage it all, young this lady manages it all? How do you do it?
Well, glad you asked.
Oh no.
Several hours later.
Yeah.
We already have to go back for dinner.
That's in 5 days. So many stories.
Let's take a little break.
Okay.
Get some wine.
Yeah, some wine.
Ooh, wine party. Except I don't drink. Nothing like against it. It's just I always think it tastes bad.
Basically what I do. I tried to sip a beer once. I thought it was awful.
Beers.
You actually pay for this stuff? I'm back.
Hi, back. I'm Bun.
Dinosaur story.
Oh my gosh. Roll back the lock. Roll back the clock.
The encampment isn't too far from Vallaki, if you want to
Yeah, we should probably just
visit
do
Van
that
Richten
first.
So, by the way, Irina is a permanent sidekick now.
Yay.
Whenever we get into a combat, one of you wants to basically control her. That'll be up to you. Or I can continue doing it as a NPC. I will say eventually we will get a number of NPCs, so it may be a lot to keep track of for me.
Yeah, no problem.
So eventually, if you want to take up responsibility for some of them,
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll have access to it. She'll level up with everyone.
What class is she?
We all get to pick her spells for her.
She doesn't have spells. She is an expert, which is essentially a rogue.
That makes sense.
Yep. You've had some fights with her. She can give the help action. She can give the help action to people. She has a cunning action, which She can dash and just disengage or hide as a bonus action. So you'll see her stat sheet on Roll20. But she can be given items and stuff like everyone else.
Oh no, that's not. That's Minerva makeshift.
Minerva?
Is she just have? Oh, we'll just have a normal stat sheet. I can. Can I add her as extras?
Can you not see her stat sheet?
Oh, I probably have to
Can be edited and controlled by all players.
Oh, on Roll20. I'm sorry, I was looking on D&D Beyond.
Oh no.
Can you put her into a folder that is just like at the top of things and is for companions?
Here, I'll put her at the top.
Yeah, that'd be super easier. Gonna get you to use folders one day, Joey. One day.
Oh, I have tons of folders here. It's just, you don't really need them. Here. Is it near the top now?
She is halfway down.
She should be
above me.
She should be right next to your character.
Yeah,
just,
she is.
close-
You're right. She's above my character, but below other stuff. That's fine. That's close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, just close a couple of those. Hit a couple of those minus signs and it's
Here, I'll
fine.
put it at the very top. There.
That works.
I can move everyone else up. I just didn't think it was a big deal.
Well, so I said, put them all in a folder. It says characters. Take it from me. I DM in real life, where I have to use a folder to hold in all my notes.
Anyway.
As we complain about Joey not using folders,
We?
It's mostly you, Mark.
you're all thinking.
Even though I have plenty of them.
Yanking your chain, Joey. I love you.
Where is...
And if you want to use folders, then go to our sponsor, World Builder.
So... This is...
This music was the lobby music I used for one of the games that I did.
Yeah. Doesn't quite fit. A dark
It's like
forest,
bizarre, so it's more like Persian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the vibe you're going with.
Here, maybe I guess the better ones here.
Yeah, they don't really
I
have
know.
like traveling people's Romani-esque music.
Okay, so this is the on the background is the camp, but it is the woods nearby.
Right.
And Ben Richten would have given you some instructions and clues on how to find him. And eventually you do see Rictavio's colorful wagon in a small clearing, and you see Arabelle sitting on the steps playing with her two dolls, her saber-toothed tiger plush and the Vistani doll that you got her for her birthday.
Give her a wave.
I did want to say, as we were leaving the other town, Vallaki, did we just see Blinksy's former shop now turning into a spirit Halloween?
Yeah, he's starting to... Maybe I'm going through the video rental business. That's where the future is.
Betamax.
Vaping, I'll make it to a vape shop.
You use a little magic box to make the smoke.
Yeah, making the smoke happen.
Vape
And work
Nation.
on these bitcoins.
Blinksky Vape Nation. He'll have like a vampire vaping, his eyes are all bloodshot.
Oh wow, what marketing?
It's a way for Blinksky to connect with the youth of Barovia
Of today.
today.
All of
And
ours
all of
are
our teens.
disappearing into mushroom stores.
Yeah. But Arabelle does see you, and she waves back, and she gets up from the steps and run towards you. And Grude, she gives your legs a big hug. Oh,
Hey there, little dudette. What's
I
up?
miss you so much. I know it's only been a couple days, but
No, I get it. It's cool. Like, we had a good time. How's it been going here?
oh, Mr. Van Richten's been keeping an eye on me, but he's not around a lot. He says he's doing patrols.
You know he's doing that to keep you safe.
Yeah, he says that. He's been very nice to me, but he's been very distant.
So he's not here right now?
Not at the moment. I have to apologize. I'd say I'm sorry.
For what?
She holds up the doll. The doll of the Vallaki girl has a orange headband and vest, and she points to the leg which is missing. She goes, I was playing and it got caught on a branch and it accidentally ripped off. But it's okay. She can still walk, and she points to a stick that she stuck into the torso. See, she can walk just like everyone else, even though she's missing a leg now.
I never go anywhere without my stick, and I take out my scythe and put it to the stab into the ground for as I have the hanging post out. Like, it's always good to have one. Very
She kind
clever.
of takes a little step back out of surprise, and you hear a voice from behind you. No sharp weapons with around the child, please.
Of course, no.
And you see Van Richten kind of step out from the darkness of the woods.
And I will recall my packed weapon, so it goes into nothingness.
I don't suppose you still have the leg, do you?
It's in a tree branch.
She reaches into a pocket and pulls it out. I don't know. I kind of like her like this.
You sure?
Yeah, Esmeralda doesn't mind. Isn't that right, Esmeralda? And she kind of takes the doll and shakes the head. Shakes the head no. She goes, "Oh, I don't mind at all. In fact, I think it looks really cool." She's saying this. It's not the doll saying it.
Yeah, I know. Hello, Chucky.
No, Esmeralda.
Well, if you're sure. I guess that was Van Richten saying that.
Yeah, he kind of stepped up from behind.
Yep.
She goes, yeah, I decided on a name for her. Her name is Esmeralda Deanor.
Lovely name. I
Sorry, Esmeralda Devanir.
feel like I've heard that before.
Oh, have you? I just thought of it. I had a dream, and I heard it, so I decided to name her that.
Well, I'm sure she loves it.
You have heard the name before.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the chicken lady.
Yeah, the original owners of the carts, I believe.
Yeah. Well, she had a card, yeah. Don't you like the name Mr. Van Richten? And Van Richten doesn't really say anything. And he goes, he just kind of gives a curt little nod. And Arabelle looks a little disappointed.
Don't worry, we've got something that might cheer him up.
Arabelle nods, and Rudolph goes, Arabelle, wait in the in the cart for me. I believe they must be here for a reason. Unexpected, but
A good one.
must be important if you arrived so suddenly. She she nods and she waves like, okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Say goodbye, because I know you're probably not staying long.
Sadly, no. We're just running some errands.
She'll run back to the cart. But Rickon looks at you all. He goes, it was very dangerous for you to come. Are you sure you weren't followed?
Were we followed, Joe?
You don't know.
I look
Because
back
I
to
do see
Irina,
I do see
person.
two new people with you. Are you sure they can be trusted?
Well, too late now. I guess they.
You could have asked them to stay behind too.
We could have, but
On the road, yeah.
No, we didn't.
But we didn't.
Why would we think about the whole situation when we could just think about that tiny part of it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's supposed to be hiding, isn't he?
Well, I took precautions. Of course, my anti-scrying spell. But as we discussed, it does have one fatal flaw where you simply look where you cannot scry. That's why we plan to keep on the move.
Don't worry. We won't be long. We got a little thing we thought you might like.
He goes, interest is piqued. May
I
ask what it
pull
is?
out and expand the mirror.
Have you attuned to it?
It's
Plenty of
At some
time.
point,
It
probably.
takes an hour. We would have done it before.
I did. I did make a item. So if you search for spirit mirror, and you have homebrew on, it should show up. But to expand it, you have to be attuned. It's one of those things.
Well,
at some point.
just
I
wait
would
an
have, yeah.
hour. Come on, Rudolph. Just wait an hour. Just give us a sec.
No, you could have done it just attuned to it in the sheet. He goes, well, that's an impressive trick, but I have a mirror. I do my own hair. Can't you tell?
Well, it's probably more than just a mirror. Just give it a second.
Do I have to do anything special to like summon him forth?
Well, it's a mirror where you can see into the ethereal plane. So he takes one look at it and almost immediately sees what it is, and he recognizes it. And he goes, that is fascinating. Quite useful. Could be quite useful.
Yeah, we thought you might like it.
Are you giving it to me?
Well, I don't really see any reason why we're going to need to look into there anytime soon. So at the moment, at least borrow it.
Young man, you are in Barovia. I'm sure there's plenty of useful opportunities to peer into the veil that you would find useful.
Well, at the moment, we're off to go visit a vineyard, and unless it's haunted, I don't really see a point. But at the moment, you can borrow it because we ended up meeting somebody over there that may like to say hi through this.
You've always been very vague when you speak. Whom are you speaking about?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, it was your son.
He kind of stiffens up a little bit upon hearing that.
That would be why.
Arabelle told me that he was nearby protecting her when we were in Vallaki. I couldn't sense his presence.
You'd have to be very powerful to be able to sense into there, or be whatever it is Arabelle has the ability to do. But he helped us save us a lost soul and defeat a very powerful evil thing of malice. And supposedly he may be following us around and may have done so to get here, but keep the thing around in case he in case he catches up on you.
He kind of he looks uncomfortable, upon hearing about his son.
We're going.
Yeah. It was a very painful experience for me emotionally. He died so violently. I did not put it behind me, but
Maybe it will give you the chance to say goodbye.
at this point you see Arabelle kind of walk up to Van Richten, and she pulls on his jacket. He goes, Mr. Van Richten, Aramis... I told Aramis about the mirror. And she points towards it. And you see the wispy form of Aramis. The 2 red marks on his neck. And he's like kind of looking anxious, looking through the mirror. But he's silently watching with this awkward smile on his face. But Rudolph's head is turned. And he goes, "This is very unexpected. I don't know if I have the strength right now."
Ahem. A polite cough to get him to turn back around.
No, he knows that he's there, is what I mean.
Ah.
Yeah. It's something I've desired for a very long time. Arabelle takes his hand, her little hand into his, saying, "Don't worry, Mr. Van Richten, I'm here with you." And he actually recoils his hand at that. And Arabelle looks a little hurt. "I can do it on my own." I'm sorry." He goes, "No, it's not you, dear." And he turns around, looks into the mirror. But his expression is unchanged. Aramis gives a smile. And Rudolph says, Do you know when he'll arrive?"
What?
"He said he was here."
I can see him, right?
Yes, you can. Everyone can see him.
He's right there.
Should have known. And he straightens himself out and wipes a tear from his eyes. He takes his glasses off and wipes a tear from his eyes. "I appreciate the sentiment, but I believe it is impossible. You may keep the mirror."
What do you think it was?
Are you asking Van Richten?
Yeah.
He goes, sorry, he goes, "Live you always among monsters, and see everyone you love die beneath their claws. That was the curse that the Vistani put upon me. And that is why I can't see my son. Ever."
That was stupid of them.
"I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you may keep the mirror." Arabelle goes, I'm sorry, Mr. Van Richten. I thought... And, you see this strained look on Van Richten's face. And he just goes, it's not your fault. Wait in the cart, I need some time to myself. And she nods. She looks back at you all. She returns to the cart. And Aramis has this distraught look on his face, and he kind of slinks away back into the shadows of the ethereal plane.
Oh, gee, I feel a little stupid.
You couldn't have known. It's not your fault.
Curse doesn't even really say anything about not being able to see anything. Even if I knew the words.
It's not only the words, it's the intent behind it.
To lose your loved ones.
If I seem distant to the young girl, that's why. I'm her protector, but I fear if I come to care for her too much, then, well, you understand what might happen.
I don't suppose there's any way to remove the curse or have them take it away.
If only I knew.
Who knows? And she seems rather powerful. Maybe eventually she'll be able to. I'm sorry for bringing up all the pain that I have.
He nods. It's already forgotten.
I doubt that, but okay. And
That's a lot, isn't it?
yeah, but I'm not gonna bring it up. I'll just start dismantling the mirror again.
Yeah. I think as an action once per day, you can do it. So you gotta carry it around. No, you put it back into a hint mirror.
Hey, good thing we have NPCs.
Yep. Hands it to the other people.
Yeah, we
Arena.
You've got a strong back, right?
You're very good at that help action.
Oh, is this what being a sidekick is? Carrying the stuff.
Yep, carrier luggage.
For now it is. As far as you know.
Van Richten returns to before he bids you farewell. He does say, "The girl named the doll, Esmeralda."
That was the name of the cart owner, wasn't it? Did you know them?
Saying, I borrowed my cart from the nearby Vistani camp. It's not the same cart.
The one at the tower had
Yeah.
her name on it.
I haven't returned there. It's true. Let's say the name has meaning to me. But much like the subject of my son, I don't wish to get into it.
Say no more. Too many memories already today. We'll let you get back to being secretive.
But since you were privy to the name, I thought I should mention it. Perhaps it's important to you too. Given Arabelle's gift.
Time will tell.
And here I must move the cart again. We've been in this spot for far too long, and I can't guarantee that you weren't followed. So I must make preparations. I'll be nearby in the woods if you need us. Only for
Good luck.
emergencies.
We'll try not to bother you unless important.
Arena goes, it's a pleasure to meet you. She gives a bow. And Muriel kind of like, yeah, likewise, old man. I'm sorry about your son. He just goes, I think it's best you leave for now. He'll turn back to the cart and head in that direction.
Okay, well, after that awkward conversation, winery?
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's about a 7 mile hike.
It's a lot closer to Argensvold.
Yeah.
But I guess we could go to the wizard.
So if you want to go to Argynvost first, we can, but obviously it'll be next week because
We made a promise.
and you know, it's almost quitting time anyway, so the wizard wine's gonna be next week too. But if you want to go to Argynvost first, we can make a detour.
Yeah,
No.
we'll do the wines
Okay.
first. We promised that.
What?
Yeah, one is as far as we know, a ruins that we just want to explore to see if there's any hints as to his backstory. The other is a little more time imperative.
Yeah.
I have all the time in the world to wait. Well, until we need to go to dinner at Castle Strahd.
Strahdland.
And then you can ask him again if he killed you.
Are you the one? No, I only ask it once of people. Then I remember.
If I ask it
Did-
more,
did
then
he-
it's weird.
Yeah.
Did he ask last time? I forget.
Yes.
I-
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, wait. How old is Vogelsuch? Does he know like how old he is? Like
Weeks.
since he was a
Weeks.
week old before we met you.
Probably a couple weeks, I think. I forget if we ended on months or weeks.
Weeks.
Okay.
Joey, if you remember, but he's not. He hasn't been like this for years. It's relatively short.
It's kind of hard to keep track of time when you're just sitting next to a pathway with
Yeah.
no form of difference between sunlight and daylight
That too.
nighttime.
You know
there's
it.
no telling if he changed to be a revenant when he was killed or time later.
Yeah. You know it was a couple weeks after Strahd awoken. So
Okay.
you put it in that time frame, which was about 2 months, I think,
Okay.
from now. But you soon pass the bridge that you crossed when you were going to the tower. The path narrows, flanked by dense, towering trees. Up ahead, you see an old wooden bridge come into view, its age-worn planks spanning a rushing river below. As you approach, you can see the dark river tumbling over the smooth stones of the riverbed, bordered on either side by gnarled bushes and trees. As you step onto the bridge, your boots echo against the cold, damp wood. To the north, you can see the river meander upstream around the tree line before vanishing around a curve. To the south, the river winds like a ribbon between its banks, then gradually vanishes into the mist. You know this river leads into Lake Zarovich. I believe the path to the north leads to the tower. But the
tower. We want to go to the Wizard
yeah.
of Wine.
Well, I'm just giving you a
wine tasting.
sense of the geography.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as nobody's asking for a toll, we'll probably keep to the main road.
What's in this direction? Hold on.
Because last time I went north from here, we ended up dealing with werewolves.
Yep.
Muriel tells you that the path south leads to the ruins of Berez. She goes, that's where that old witch lives. She spits on the ground.
I haven't heard any good things about that place. Though we also don't know about a witch.
Oh,
We also haven't
Babalas
heard a lot of... Good.
Oh, right, her.
of a Babala Saga. Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, I heard the name, don't know much about her, but not really interested in finding out either.
Yes, let's steer clear of that place, Marina says.
Five minutes later,
5
oh
minutes
no,
later.
Irina's been kidnapped and taken to the witch.
I've captured your maiden. Meet me in the ruins at my chicken hut.
Why they have to bring it up in conversation? Foreshadowing.
Then suddenly the door opens.
Oh, that door sound effect plays again. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, no. We're already outside. What gives?
Brings a door with her all the time. It's following just so they can do that.
Further
Or a
on,
door.
a dirt path branches off to the old Savage Road here, winding its way south up a craggy mountain spur. The earth of this path is hard-packed. Its color is pallid gray-brown, reminiscent of cold ashes. The trees on either side stand silent and stoic, their leaves a faded green. As the path winds upwards, it eventually replaces by the deep shadows of the mountains' frosted incline, vanishing into the gloom of the woods beyond. I keep forgetting the woman's name. Muriel goes, and here is the path to Argynvostholt. She kind of looks at you, Vogel. Saying, is that interest to you?
I say that again.
Is that it's like this is the path to Argynvostholt? Is that of interest to you?
It is, but we have promised a visit to the wines first. But I would also not like to bring more than need to come. Referring to our new companion, not Arena.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those revenants either.
You seem to have gotten along well with me.
It's like, yeah, you're a cute little scarecrow.
Yeah, we really like you.
I don't have bones.
I mean, the revenants don't have a cool hat like you do.
Yes, it makes animals, and I take off the hat and conjure a bat.
Just
Why?
pats the top of it and they fall out.
Yeah.
Do you have a do you have a hat of vermin?
Yeah, got a hat of vermin. I've used it once or twice.
I have you forget. She goes, oh, hey, can you make a raven?
No.
Said, that's non-pressed. Sorry,
I can make a frog and name it Raven.
not the same.
Only a few times per day.
Hey, you just point at it and say, that's so Raven.
I'm getting less impressed by her hat by the minute, gotta say.
It wasn't meant to be impressive. It was meant to...
Vogel, stop
conjure.
messing it up. She's gonna think we're not cool.
I like your hat, Vogelsuch.
Who said that?
Irina.
Irina.
I
A
think
genuine person who's seen as less cool.
I like your nose. I used to have one.
She kind of touches her nose, saying, "Oh, I always thought it looked a little hooked, a little bit."
That's what I like about it.
Oh, thanks. Muriel does go. It's like, I'm a little surprised you let her tag along. Saying,
How's that?
oh, the old superstition about traveling with redheads.
Didn't
There's a
have fun.
superstition for this?
Oh, you haven't heard that? I think you've heard it mentioned at the Vistani camp.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Like ages ago.
Yeah.
It
Pre-Blue
feels
Sea,
like
that's
several
how long
months have
ago.
gone by since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just all
Pre-Blink.
wish wash, though. Really, I'm not too. It's an old husband's tale.
In all honesty, we've tended to have safer travels with Irina.
She packs quite the wallop.
And I don't believe in such superstitions, Irina goes.
Oh, that's good. Is that why you colored your hair blue in the front there?
Oh, she, kind of instinctively, touches that spot. Goes, yeah. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I
Stylish.
believe so.
I mean, I just like blue, It's my thing.
I'm impressed it's lasted this long.
Eventually, you just have to learn to just zone him out.
She kind of says, last long. Oh, of course, yeah.
Your hair color washes out over time.
Exactly.
Maybe I used to
You
Maybe
know
I
this
used to be a
how
barber
Vogel?
in my- And maybe I used to be a barber in my past life. A doctor barber. Maybe
Have you been
not.
dyeing your straw?
I've been dying to get into my straw. Because I am undead.
Yeah, it's
That
very
was
macabre.
almost a joke, Vogelsuch. Good job.
I'm getting better.
Muriel goes, oh, geez, are we there yet?
We need to stop for snacks and fuel.
No stopping till we get there. I'm surprised it's been such a uneventful trip, to be honest.
Sometimes the dice roll
We
in
had
our favor.
emotional things to deal with. I'm sorry, I've got to put my foot down there, but there's been quite a lot of things happening to wrap up some of our relations.
Oh, by the way, it was, where you stood up to that elf. Took some guts. Not gonna lie.
I
Well, it
wish
was
we did more.
ridiculous.
Okay, one at a time, everyone.
Sorry. Yeah, Minerva.
Sorry. A lot of over talking.
Yeah,
now
sorry.
we're all scared.
Yeah, it always just happens just before. But it, yes, but it was ridiculous. Why would he think that was even reasonable? And he knew that it was one of the wives that did it. It was all just a big thing just to make him look all powerful and violent. But then to come back and be like, oh, look at how compassionate I am because I didn't kill them, but they still were completely innocent in this. But I'm gonna punish them anyway. Like what a ridiculous man.
Grandstanding, that's the word.
He would have killed him, though. Sure of that. Irina goes. Oh, he 100% would.
He really seemed like he wanted to kill him, but also had that fire poker just in case. I don't know.
Irina goes. He walked by me and I heard those screams.
Do you know
I
what
heard
that
those
was?
too.
I have no clue. And she goes, to be frank, I don't recall ever seeing an elf before. Besides you, Theo.
There's a few at the Vistani camp. Dusk elves, they call themselves. But
Yeah, I'm aware of what they're called.
that was the first one I've seen that wasn't helping to safeguard the Vistani.
So, as you pass these rows, not going to read out a bunch of descriptions, but Morel says, south of here, if you want to get to the mountains, to Sulkin Pass. Another name you recognize. Here, I'll put it in. It's one of those weird things I have.
I will enunciate it for you best I can from remembering my German. But it's not even German.
Salenka,
yeah.
Salenka Pass. It's another name you heard mentioned. The elf at the camp said he got frostbite there. He knows. You remember he had a injured arm.
Well, what I remember is somebody was talking about giant spiders in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Not a place interested in visiting.
No.
But you know we will.
I'd like to pretend otherwise for now.
We walk by the road. It's like, whoa, what a cool mountain! And then coming out of the other side is the Wizard of Wine, going, "How did you get here?"
I'm the wizard.
No, it's going to be that at the next pass. There's going to be a tree that's covered and that fell down across the road. And oh no, we can't cross the road now. I guess we'll have to go through the pass in the mountains.
And it turns out it's just really easy
right
because it's a really nice road. And it's like, oh, I thought that was going to be harder.
She does say, the path to the winery is right before the bridge. But as you get closer, you see a familiar sight. So you don't have to cross, but there is a another one of those revenants at the end of the bridge, which you're at. So you're close to him.
We've met this one before, or someone like him before. I can do the talking.
A figure clad in rusty armor stands alone on the bridge, clutching a gleaming longsword in its pale hands. So it's hard to tell if it was the same person as before. You have a feeling it's not, but it has the familiar armor.
They use the same texture pack.
Yeah. I'll head on up to talk to it.
We don't really... Okay.
Oh, we don't need to cross the river? We
Don't
just
need to
see it?
cross, yeah.
Gotcha. I'm just looking at the map.
He
So,
Yeah, does he go across anyway?
He does take note of you. Doesn't say anything. Make any motions.
stare at him as I walk by. Just continue.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
Hey, dude.
He doesn't respond. Oh.
If we ever have to go to Kresk.
Yeah. So you just pass by.
Encounter avoided.
Yep. So, I actually meant to do this before this part, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see here. So pretend this is a few moments ago. Sorry. As you pass the path to the mountain, you hear a snap of a twig in the underbrush to the south.
Summon my scythe.
Okay.
I've got my firebolt ready.
Yeah, the two ladies kind of raise their weapon.
They make like the Charlie's Angel like pose,
Yeah.
but with swords.
With Minerva.
Yeah, Minerva in the
Yeah.
center holding up your crossbow.
Should we investigate? I think it's safer to
Steph.
continue on.
There's mostly likely an animal. Or if it's not an animal, a ne'er-do-well. We just ignore it.
Well, we can.
Most of the animals around here seem to be ne'er-do-wells.
I think it's best to keep an eye or ear open,
Yeah.
not to instigate anything.
Agreed.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the mountain folk, since we are close to their home.
Mountain folk?
Oh. They're native to Barovia. Yeah, live in the mountains as you would have expected. Forest folk, the mountain folk, they're all first ones.
Anything to know about them?
Steer clear of the forest folk. Because they're loyal to you-know-who. You actually met one of them with Lady
That's
Lockmare.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the way to the on the way to the hags.
Yep. Okay, now we do the Revenant. You're just walking away. Fast forward.
Flashback.
Yep. As the dirt road winds through the woods, the path narrows, framed by ancient twisted trees whose gnarled branches form a thick canopy overhead. Dapple gray light struggles to pierce through, casting eerie shadows that flicker and dance with the slightest breeze. A musky, earthy aroma fills the air, the scent of rotting leaves, damp soil, and the faint tang of decay. The vegetation here is denser than on the main road, and several low-hanging branches are draped with clumps of vines that weave a tangled tapestry across the undergrowth. A thick blanket of twigs and pine needle crunches beneath your boots. Their low sounds the only noise amidst the silent path.
Yeah, not that road.
Something's not right here. Muriel goes, something is not right here. The path didn't smell like death when I left.
It's not normally this ominous.
I mean, it is the woods. Be on your guard. What's everyone's passive perception?
Good old 10.
18.
15.
13.
Irina goes 10.
Oh, she's just one of us now. It's great.
She's so relatable. Vio, you see Muriel walking ahead, but you notice that there's a concealed pit trap immediately ahead of her.
I will reach out to try to stop her.
Hey, watch the cape!
Look at your feet.
And she sees she's about to step down on there's like a tarp covered in leaves. She's like, oh.
Just out of curiosity, I'm going to tug at the tarp to like just reveal what it was hiding.
Yeah, you notice that it's covering the entire almost the entire width of the road. Yeah, you're able to pull over the tarp, and it's a 10-foot pit with sharpened wooden pikes at the bottom.
Yeah, that looks like it would be painful.
This definitely wasn't here when I left.
Oh, I
How long
can't
have you
imagine
been-
it. You first.
How long have you been gone for?
Let's see, it would have been about a week.
That's not long.
Enough for the stench of decay to take hold?
That's
Yes.
definitely not natural.
Which means what around here is decaying. And I don't think a cart would have been able to get past this. So,
She eyes the kind of eyes the foliage around the road. I don't remember the vines being so thick.
Or made of foil?
Foliage. I know I said foliage.
Yeah. Sorry, Jared, that's the one thing I'm always gonna joke on you for.
No, it's like tinsel everywhere.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
Yay! Oh, everything's better now in Barovia.
It's
We're doing the Christmas episode.
Christmas in
Perfect.
Barovia.
Blinky's gonna be going around, hey, I found a new thing I can do. Just put tinsel in everything and it's fun.
But Muriel will take her sword, poke at the foliage, and a vine whips out and wraps around the sword as a handful of blights emerge from
not those things
the
again.
foliage.
Yay!
But these are much larger than the ones that you saw before, which was like were like a small creature. These ones are much more human-sized as they emerge from the brush and ready an attack, which we will do next time.
Ah.
A
To
very
be
special
continued.
episode.
Yeah. We got a lot done today, though.
Yeah.
I figured
Went
this
to like
is
3 places.
yeah. I figured this would be the place we would get to.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, everyone. We're officially starting Act 3 of
Ooh, what level are we?
Curse of Strahd.
Oh
Well,
my
you're
God.
level 5.
And will continue to be for multiple more sessions.
Nice. Gotta get a chunk of XP. Think it'll be good.
Yeah.